Okay, let's unpack this. So imagine a highly advanced security unit, part organic machine, right? Built for killing, basically.
Lethal efficiency, yeah.
But all it really wants to do is just kick back and watch his favorite shows.
Exactly. And add to that crippling anxiety, a very sarcastic internal voice.
Huh, yeah. And it's trying to pass as human while, running from this huge murderous corporation.
It's quite the setup, and it's not just thrills. There's a lot going on underneath about identity, freedom.
Definitely. So today, that's our deep dive. We're getting into the detailed account of this secunit, people call it Murderbot.
Right. We'll follow it, navigating these really complex corporate and political games, trying to avoid capture, and launching this incredibly risky rescue mission.
And for this deep dive, we're working from just one main source.
Yeah, a single narrative. It really gives you that firsthand feel of the secunit's perspective, its journey.
So our mission here is pretty clear. Pull out the key insights, the really important bits of knowledge for you. Cut through the noise, get to the heart of why this story is, well, so compelling.
We'll track how it evolves,
Yeah.
from just a combat bot to something way more complicated. We'll look at the corporate power plays, the shadowy stuff.
And those very sort of human struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Identity, connection, all seen through its eyes. And yeah, its internal commentary is something else.
Get ready for some real aha moments, I think, about what it actually means to be a person.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. The unexpected return. Our secunit gets back to Havaratan Station after this other mission on Mailu.
And finds humans trying to kill me. That's the immediate situation.
Talk about a welcome home party.
Not quite. And the first red flag, it's transport.
Yeah.
Piloted by ship, which it describes brilliantly as having all the brains and personality of a heat shield generator.
Love that line.
It gets rerouted to this specific dock right next to where the Port Authority deploys its security teams.
Okay, yeah, that's not subtle. That screams setup.
Absolutely. It's not an accident.
Which means it needs to think fast. And the escape is pretty cool, actually.
Very ingenious. Grabs an evac suit, cycles through a cargo airlock.
And then wipes its own presence from ship's memory. That little farewell. Bye, ship. You were there when it counted. It's kind of poignant in a way.
It is.
Yeah.
It shows that pragmatism, maybe, or just its unique way of dealing.
And the initial camouflage is smart, too. Hiding the damage, the high collar covering the data port.
Simple but effective. But what's really interesting is its own observation about fooling the scanners.
Right, that it was so much easier now.
And it connects that directly to the work it had been doing, the coding, working with different systems on the fly.
Saying it opened up new neural pathways and processing space.
Which is fascinating, right? It suggests that learning that practical application actually changed its processing ability. Almost like neuroplasticity.
Yeah, like hard work literally made it better. Who knew?
Yeah.
It's not just downloading data, it's changing itself.
Exactly. It's how experience is physically or neurally reconfiguring it. So, okay, it's escaped the initial trap, but the hunt is definitely on.
Oh, yeah. Things escalate quickly. We're into the hunt is on.
From up on a walkway, it spots them. Palisade security.
And it's a serious force. 23 humans in power suits.
And 47 security drones. That's a boarding operation.
It notes right away this is expensive. This isn't just, a quick look-see. It's not an evidence search.
And then the comms intercepts confirm it. The target is secunit, no controller.
Demayat, that's what they call them, rogues. Ouch.
Oh, yeah. It was about me. Confirmation. It is absolutely the target.
So escaping isn't enough. Now it needs to hide in plain sight. Disguise becomes key.
And the disguise evolves, which is interesting. Its friend, RT, had already done some subtle mods.
Right, the body shape, skin, even growing that sparse, soft, human-like body hair.
The goal wasn't perfect imitation, but to reduce that uncanny valley effect, that subconscious human reaction to something not quite right.
Making it less suspicious on a subliminal level.
Yeah. But then the secunit itself starts making changes. Accelerates hair growth, tries to style it.
Which leads to that amazing scene in the shop, buying clothes.
The agonizing level of anxiety, just trying to navigate an interactive instruction module.
It's so relatable, that feeling of being overwhelmed in a store. And for it, this construct, it's profound.
And the weirdness of actually liking the clothes it picked out for itself. It's a tiny moment, but it speaks volumes about developing self-awareness, preference, personhood.
Yeah, it's not just about fighting or hacking. It's these small, awkward human moments.
Totally grounds it. And right in the middle of this, this personal evolution, it finds something crucial.
The newsfeed. Dr. Mensah, its former client.
Accused by Grey Chris, the company it just tangled with Amilu, of corporate espionage, and she's missing.
And Murderbot connects the dots instantly. Grey Chris thinks Mensah sent it to Milu specifically to sabotage them.
After her interview and after its actions, uncovered their illegal mining operation.
So they're trying to neutralize her, silence her. Classic corporate playbook, just more lethal.
And it finds out Mensah is on Tranral in Haifa, a big corporate hub.
Which immediately tells the Secunit she didn't go there willingly.
Right. Somebody had tricked, trapped, or forced her to go. This shifts everything. It's not just about its own survival now.
It feels responsible. There's a connection there.
And that data from Milu, the really critical evidence, Wilkin and Girth's records.
It made sure that got shipped out safely. To Mensah's family on preservation, not carrying it into hostile territory.
Because as it thinks, Mickey had died for that information. That's a powerful motivator, honoring that sacrifice.
Wow. Okay, so the mission is clear. Rescue Mensah.
Which means heading into the lion's den. The journey to rescue.
It gets onto a crew transport heading to Tranral in Haifa. And it needs an identity.
Uses stolen ID markers. From Wilkin and Girth, the ones involved in the Milu incident. Becomes Jian, then Kirin.
But that feeling, being officially labeled as human, it says it was weird. I didn't like it.
That constant internal friction about what it is versus how it has to appear.
And how does it cope with the stress of the journey?
How else? Watches media. Its go-to coping mechanism.
Including, ironically, a historical drama about augmented rovers.
Yeah, the contrast between that fiction and its own reality must be striking. Finding comfort in stories just like humans do.
While gathering intel, of course.
Yeah.
Tranral and Haifa security is tight, lots of scans.
And it spots a Grey Chris gunship just hanging out near the station, maintaining position. Ominous.
And this is where the hacking skills come in again, right? It goes after the gunship.
Directly hacks its bot pilot. Brilliant move. Finds out Mensah's status has changed.
To retrieve.
Yeah.
Suspended due to neutral party access denial. What does that actually mean?
It's significant. It suggests Grey Chris doesn't have direct control anymore. Maybe some other entity has a claim or is blocking them. And the rest of Mensah's team, in the wind, scattered.
So Grey Chris is getting desperate. They've lost direct access. Maybe they're just trying to grab her before she talks to anyone else.
That seems likely. It raises the stakes for Mensah's safety considerably. They're cornered, which makes them more dangerous.
Okay, so this leads right up to arriving on Tranral and Haifa, a dangerous reunion.
Navigating that station feed sounds intense. Ads everywhere. Complex.
But he uses a new code it developed to mimic human subvocalization movement patterns. Gets past security into the preservation team's hotel.
98% perfect mimicry. The level of control is just incredible.
It finds the rest of Mensah's team, Penley, Rothi, Gurithan, and immediately clocks they're being watched.
Yeah, and it considers the possibility, a trap for me, where the preservation team was beat.
That paranoia is almost a survival instinct for it by now.
Understandable, given its history. Then comes the confrontation. It approaches Penley.
And the reveal line is just perfect. We met on Port Free Commerce. I was one in the transport box.
Memorable, yeah. Penley explains the situation. Mensah was grabbed. Grey Chris wants ransom, basically to pay off the bond company that's probably on their backs after Milu.
So a plan starts to form. Mensah has an emergency implant, but the signal's blocked by a security barrier.
So the Secunit's idea, force Grey Chris's hand. Make them move Mensah outside that barrier where the implant can be tracked.
Gurithan asks the big question, will you kill them?
And the answer is pure Murderbot, if I have to.
Followed by the reminder. It's the security expert. Pulled clients out of situations with less than 9% survival odds.
It's blunt, yes, but it's also stating its credentials. In this situation, maybe that directness is what they need. Cuts through the fear.
Fair point. Confidence, even if it's terrifying confidence, can be effective. It sets the stage for the rescue itself.
The rescue, chaos in the transit hub.
Okay, so the team sets up this fake ransom exchange in a hotel lobby. Grey Chris sends their guy, Surratt, with obvious backup.
Things go south fast. Surratt draws a weapon.
And the Secunit just acts. Kills the hotel relays, blocks comms, fries Surratt's gun, pins him down. Total control.
Penley's observation. Secunit is the deadly weapon. Understatement, maybe?
Its plan approaching terrible is definitely operational.
And then it tries to provoke Surratt, get info, claims Milu was its idea. I'm a rogue unit.
Surratt scoffs, right? Says a real rogue would have left bodies everywhere.
And the Secunit's reply is chilling. Maybe I wanted the trail to start here, adds. You people are so naive, it's playing him.
Using psychological tactics now, not just force. That's development.
And just then, the ping. Mensah's implant, she's moving. On a transit pipe.
Perfect timing. Secunit chokes out Surratt, gives the team escape instructions, and just goes for it.
Shuts down its own risk assessment module, fully committed, no hesitation.
The showdown on the transit pipe, Mensah's pod, 4 Grey Chris guards, and another combat Secunit escorting her.
But our Secunit uses the environment, this holographic thunderstorm display in the hotel, for cover, takes out the humans, then disables the combat Secunit. Precise shots, neck, knee joints, efficient, clinical.
Masterclass in combat. But then, after the escape, that quiet moment.
Mensah just says, I'm just again very glad to see you. Simple, heartfelt.
And the Secunit offers a hug. You can hug me if you need to.
Yeah. And finds it wasn't entirely awful. Describes it as a kind of first aid.
For being built for violence, actively avoiding contact, offering comfort like that, that's huge.
It really is. Shows that capacity for empathy, for connection, growing beyond its programming. Then Mensah asks why it went to Mailou.
And it clarifies it was its own idea. To get that proof of Grey Chris's crimes, send it to her.
Mensah also apologizes for how things ended before, saying she was scared it would get caught.
It cements that bond, doesn't it? Mutual understanding, maybe even forgiveness.
Definitely. Okay, so they're out of immediate danger, but not safe yet. The escape and a defining moment.
They're heading for the port embarkation zone.
Yeah.
And the Secunit taking Mensah's hand.
Notes it made things more complicated and somehow strangely more natural.
Again, those contradictory feelings. Complicated but natural. That sums up its internal state pretty well.
Then Mensah asks about its favorite show, Sanctuary Moon. Why that one?
And the answer is incredibly revealing. It's the first one I saw. When I hacked my Governor module, it made me feel like a person.
Wow. Linking media consumption directly to the feeling of personhood.
And Mensah's response is just direct. You are a person.
A powerful affirmation. But the Secunit internally pulls back. Oh, that we can't talk about. Not legally. Still wrestling with that legal status versus felt reality. Acknowledges its fear of vulnerability.
Then disaster. Emergency lockdown. Talisade Secunit's closing in.
This leads to the ultimate sacrifice play. It sends a message to station security admin, offers itself up.
If they let Mensah go through the barrier, please, they will kill her. Desperate.
The barrier opens. Mensah gets through. It closes. Secunit is trapped on the other side with incoming hostiles.
Blinks to itself. There wasn't going to be one dead Secunit on this embarkation floor. There were going to be 4. Grim humor even then.
This is the peak of its evolution, right? From self-interested survival to selfless sacrifice for someone it considers a friend.
Absolutely. And the final battle. It's incredible. Takes control of portsec drones, blanks the cameras.
Activates code, deploy and delay, which isn't just defensive hacking, it's reactivating and randomizing heavy equipment haulers, load lifters to create chaos, cover. It's brilliant tactical improvisation.
Almost like performance art with heavy machinery and code, while systematically taking out the Grey Chris units.
Until only one is left, another combat Secunit. It messages, surrender.
And our Secunit tries something audacious, tries to hack its Governor module, offers freedom.
I can hack your Governor module, set you free. What do you want? Trying to appeal to potential shared experience.
And the response, cold, brutal. I want to kill you.
No ambiguity there. Shows the difference maybe between our Secunit and one still fully under control.
Just as it looks like the end, Mensah and Guruthan manage to manually open a barrier.
A last-second rescue. It escapes, but takes heavy, heavy damage.
Which brings us to the aftermath, recovery, and the path forward.
Yeah, it suffers catastrophic failure. Memory is fragmented. It's relying on its organic parts, the human neural tissue that couldn't be wiped.
Basically rebuilding itself from the ground up mentally, while overhearing people debating its fate, whether it can be trusted, shouldn't be put in the cubicle.
Reinforces its outsider status, but also its hard-won independence. It wakes up properly on an old refugee ship.
In a med system, Mensah explains the ship belonged to her grandparents, and explains the cover story.
They've presented it as a person with a large number of augments, injured helping them, being brought to preservation as a refugee.
That's a massive shift from property or rogue unit to legally recognized person, even if under false pretenses. It's a start.
It gets offered a suite in a hotel on the preservation station. Crucially, with a big display surface.
Priorities. As its memory comes back online, its friends start showing up.
Errata and Oversys offer it an actual job, an independent contract, to keep us from getting killed on its terms.
And Pin Lee becomes its lawyer, legal counsel,
Hmm.
secretly gives it new IDs, money cards, as insurance.
Her reasoning is key, because I want you to know we're serious, that you're not some kind of prisoner or pet or whatever it is you think.
That's huge. Acknowledging its autonomy, its potential fears, and offering concrete proof of trust.
Meanwhile, the fallout from Malou continues. News reports confirm the bond company declared war on Grey Chris.
Directly linked to the data, our unit risked everything to get, showing its actions had real system-level consequences.
One rogue unit really did shake things up. It shows the fragility of these huge corporate powers sometimes.
Then Mensah confronts it again. Still furious it stayed behind, risked itself.
But she apologizes again for her past actions, her fear, and then she offers concrete future paths. 2 options.
Option 1, a job offer from a company called Goodnightlander Independent. They want to hire Rin, an alias perhaps.
A person who saved their assessment team. Importantly, they don't care what that person is. Performance over prejudice.
Option 2, Dr. Boardwise wants to make its story public. A documentary.
To support a movement for full citizenship for constructs and high-level bots, going from personal survival to potentially changing the whole system.
Wow, so after everything, it still claims it doesn't know what I wanted.
But the difference is, now it has options, and crucially, friends here you can discuss things with.
It's not an ending, is it? It's a whole new starting point, an incredible arc for, well, a murderbot that just wanted to watch TV.
So let's try and wrap this up for you, the listener. What are the big takeaways here? We've followed this amazing journey.
Yeah, from runaway bot to, honestly, an anxious hero.
Yeah.
Navigating corporate backstabbing, finding these unexpected connections.
This deep dive really peels back the layers on AI, sentience, the ugliness of unchecked power.
And how personhood can just emerge in the strangest places, in the most unexpected ways. It forces you to ask, what is a person?
Exactly. Is it just legal status, your biology? Or is it about your actions, your desires, your feelings, even the messy ones like anxiety or, sulking?
And it shines a light on our world too, right? The constant battle for information, for control. How one entity going rogue can actually disrupt massive power structures.
Absolutely. It shows vulnerability where you might expect invincibility.
So the final thought to leave you with. If this unit, built for combat, fueled by a love for sci-fi serials, can completely redefine itself and fight for its friends, where might you find your next unexpected aha moment?
What boundaries could you push if you stopped worrying so much about what's expected and focused instead on what you truly want to achieve, what you really want to win?